Yeah. Are you referring to other stream friend Art Tebble at that point, or?
To the best of my knowledge, I am not, but
Okay.
it sounds Art might be a wonderful person.
We've got another Eidolon here. And thee my soul, joys, ceaseless exercises, exaltations, thy yearning amply fed at last. You don't need to feed these pets anymore. Prepared to meet thy mates, Eidolons. Also, I didn't know what Eidolons were when this game started, but they're like across. They can mean either ideals or ghosts, which is a really interesting dual-meaninged word. Um, but
Very
now,
much appreciate
now I know what they are. As soon as I learned what they were, the game started to feel a little spookier for me. Because ghosts.
because it goes.
I mean, are we going to meet a ghost? Also, Austin in the chat points out that Yohalem didn't even need an editor for Child of Light, and he is very proud of that.
Oh, weird.
He said he didn't work with an editor on that game at all.
I didn't either, but I'm not proud of that on Borderlands 2. I think the game would have been way better with an editor. We just didn't do that because I'm an idiot. It's not a thing to be proud of.
Yeah, like
I drove to work without a seatbelt. Aren't I the
Yes,
best
exactly.
at driving?
I can play this piano without using my left hand or the pedals. It's fine.
Song ain't that good, but I played the piano technically. Ha 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 ha.
Look how I did. It's just great. Although, for real, there are some people who play the piano without using their left hand or the pedals, and it sounds amazing. If I did that, though, it would sound like I was only playing half a tune. I really love the detailing on this fishing rod. Foben says, "Look at me, I survived my motorcycle crash without a helmet." Oh, editing. Jeffrey Yohalem.
God, I wish I could just, when I was just feeling down, just relive his GDC talk in my head over and over and over again.
I didn't watch it, probably because I knew it would make me cross.
It is basically the best thing that Western culture has ever produced in the last 20.
Really? Not like TED Talk about the guy doing card magic?
No, it's even better.
Oh,
it's
man.
like everything that you and I did that we thought we were proud of, it didn't actually mean anything because it wasn't. Like, we were actually wasting not just our time, but the lives and time of everyone we've ever cared about.
Wow.
That's how this was.
What's the talk about? I mean, can you express it?
It's about... I can express it only in as much as, like, someone who has seen the face of God can tell you that he has a mustache.
Right,
like,
okay.
He basically pointed out that all video games are a form of play acting, and that basically, rather than being an evolution of actual, like board games or sports or music or anything like that, basically said that they were an evolution of plays, and talked about Stanislavski and
Plays?
yeah, and basically said that the player was acting, that every time they play a game, they are acting as a character, that they are never themselves, they are never expressing their own agency, they are only portraying a character that the designer has prescribed for them. And basically went on to say that, like, Gordon Freeman isn't a blank slate or a cipher. When we start the game, we all know all kinds of really important things about Gordon Freeman, such as the fact that he goes to work on a tram, as if that's like super
exactly.
identifies the kind of person that is. And then he basically almost started crying at his own argument, and the entire... I've never been in a talk that had more people exchanging glances with the people around them as if to say, like, this is a dream, right? This is some weird, crazy fever dream that we've all just become part of together. This can't be a thing that's
This
really
is
happening.
Eidolon, isn't it?
Yeah,
Eidolon
this is actually
happening
just
right
viral
now.
marketing for J.J. Abrams' next movie, right? This can't...
Yeah, man. When did this happen? Was this post Far Cry 3?
This is post Far Cry 3. Yeah, that was a big part of his talk. In addition to, well, the two big parts of his talk were Stanislavski, Far Cry 3, and using our protagonist as a complete douchebag to make meta comments about how gamers are douchebags and I don't respect my own audience, and really shittily implying that the guys who organized the Narrative Summit didn't give him enough time to give his thesis properly.
Oh,
so he
what?
literally got to the point of
what?
his talk and then said, I would give you the point of my talk, but I guess I'm out of time, and then left the stage without explanation.
Man.
It changed everything.
Was it performance art?
It felt like it might have been. It felt like someone in the front row, blood was just going to shoot out of their nostrils, and the man from another place from Twin Peaks was just going to appear and start talking backwards. It was fucking great.
So it's an unmissable experience.
Yeah, I'm very sorry that you missed it. Yeah, you may have all this amazing, Eidolon progress, but I saw that talk.
That is very true. I'm gonna head east along this coast in the hope that that I get some kind of sense of where Anders' camp is, maybe. I know where I am. Don't worry.
I believe you.
I'm just reassuring you. There's a load of ruins over here, Anthony. Even sorry. Even when Eidolon is doing comparatively, by its own standards, boring things like some water, a cloud, and some trees, it manages to make it look really, really nice.
Yeah, I was perfectly. That's the weird thing, is that, like, in order to pull the bait and switch of, hey, this is a Bible game, or hey, this is a Proteus game. Oh wait, no, it's not. There's actually a plot here. It has to be satisfying on its own merit. It's as that kind of a just hang around and hang out and enjoy the beauty game, and
absolutely.
it really does.
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly happy to play just as a Proteus, so it's that much more amazing that it isn't.
I took a lot of screenshots. Also, by the way, there's a landmass out here across the water that I'm assuming we might be able to explore. I don't know if it's an LOD. You can't go any further than this. Maybe. I can't see any trees on it, so it's likely that that's kind of the southern edge of the map. But there's definitely landscape out there. No, when I started playing, I took a lot of screenshots, and then I had to stop because the screenshots I could take would have revealed a lot of stuff about the game that I think people might rather not know. The cool thing about it is this game could be literally about anything that, like, we might not have even uncovered what this game's about yet. It seems to be about...
entirely possible. Given the fact that glowing kittens might be a thing, I don't know where the ground is.
I thought it was about biomedicine, and then they introduced talking cats. It's interesting that the game is happy to be so directly and overtly political as well. Oh, there's some more skyscrapers down here. Ruined skyscrapers. Oh, hang on. I think I was going in the wrong... I was absolutely, assuredly going in the wrong direction. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to these skyscrapers, look around there, and then head in the different direction. This is what compass reading does for me. Apple Cider Mage in the chat mentioned PvP, and I got confused and thought they were talking about this game for a second. It's actually co-op, and we can find each other in the world. That wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all. I've been waiting. There's a moment in World of Goo where they say the World of Goo has gone 3D, and I legitimately thought they were going to turn all of a sudden into a 3D physics game. And ever since then, I've had this, like, desire in my heart for a game that suddenly is another game midway through with no explanation.
It just transforms.
Yeah, that basically just does, like, a From Dusk Till Dawn, but in video game form.
Well, you get halfway through the game, and then... Actually, I won't even say what happens in From Dusk Till Dawn, in case there are people who haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, if you haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn, see it. It's a really good crime movie.
Yep. And absolutely nothing else.
Yep. I actually saw it with a friend of mine who didn't know, and her reaction was disappointingly not what I wanted it to be. She just went, "Oh, okay, so it's this? Alright, cool." And then just went about her day.
That's not the reaction that you should have.
No, it's all wrong.
The reaction you should have
I told her that, and she disagreed with the idea that she could have an incorrect reaction, but I think you and I both know
well,
she done fucked up.
There are definitely... Well, in principle, I don't believe in incorrect reactions, but in this instance, I absolutely, definitely do.
Right. Incorrect reactions are not liking Far Cry 3 and not believing it's a completely beautiful piece of work that eclipses Far Cry 2 in every possible way, and not finding that surprising.
Eclipses Far Cry 2?
I actually did that once. I forgot. I on Twitter, ironically and like snarkily and shittily, said like Far Cry 3 is a metatextual masterpiece. And if you don't think so, then you're a stupid idiot. Ha ha ha! You're so stupid. And then Walt Williams from 2K agreed with me and was like, "Yeah, I think so too." I was like, "Oh no, I was being an ironic asshole. I'm sorry. I forgot you're friends with that guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
it's like it's got a. I like the outposts.
The outposts were fantastic. Yeah.
My big problem, a big problem that I have with that game is snakes. That game has snakes in it, and
it does have snakes. Yeah.
I really don't like that. I found like
you are Indiana Jones.
Bridge. I share many characteristics with Indiana Jones. A rugged, curious American spirit. I teach
a BAFTA
archaeology. I teach archaeology. What did Indiana Jones get his BAFTA in again?
Running away from boulders.
Oh right, okay.
I guess.
Who else was nominated?
God.
Anthony, if you can pull this bit off, I will be very impressed.
No, I can't. I went in too far. I went in too deep. I'm sorry. I was hoping you'd get me out of it, and I made a mistake, and I will regret it for the rest of my days. The stream friends will never let me back on.
You failed at the what did they get nominated for a BAFTA for bit?
Yeah, yeah. I assume that's a prereq for sticking around, and I apologize.
I'm afraid so. I found another green dot though, so if you can accurately predict the contents of this green dot, I'll let you off the hook.
Oh God, I hope it's a glowing cat. Oh please, or please just let it be. Just Jeffrey Yolleham just really angry that we've been talking smack.
What if he appears in the chat?
He might be like a Candyman or Bloody Mary or Jonathan Blow, and is just summoned by the mere mention of his name.
Well, Anthony, this game's pulled another curveball, and it seems to be a Twitter log.
What?
Somebody is searching query tags #JamieLives, #Senin sightings, dates return July the 1st, 2044 to November the 31st, 2044. Already there's a cool thing, but I'm going to read it out before I say it. The first tweet is from somebody called M@Exod219. I've still got hope, #JamieLives. The next one's from Inside the Secret @Conspiracy to Commit. Cruise to Europe had one JF on their logs, #JamieLives. Fuma Fan Club @JamesFumaForever. Anyone still remember our little Jamie? #JamieLives, #5yearsgone. This is very interesting because we have a note from Jamie. It says, "How fucking sick is that? I woke up today to an onslaught. Text, 3 missed calls, and email and my TV on. The coast is going dark. Los Angeles and Sacramento have been taken out. Millions of lives gone." We don't know if this is from Jamie, but there is one of the things we can look at is Jamie here. So.
And presumably this is a thing that really happened. This isn't like the Gone Home, red hair dye fake out.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. It could be. Who the hell knows? I'm gonna go back up to right, so I'm gonna try and I'm gonna follow the nearest thing to Jamie. See what we get. That's my plan. Also, #Senin sightings. I don't know what the deal with why Senin sightings was tied to Jamie. Is Jamie Senin?
So is this going to go full on?
Oh god, my dog
ARG,
just tripped over my computer. I've just got to let her out. 1 second, I'm sorry. No. She's fine. Why'd you do that, Stein?
Well, Jack is gone, and we can all reflect on how handsome he is.
I'm still wearing headphones, Anthony.
Fuck! Well, now I've ruined my chances with them. Thanks, Internet. Thanks for fucking warning me. God. Fucking damn it.
Thanks for warning me that the guy doing a stream was wearing headphones. God. It's the worst.
I don't even want to come on this stream ever again now. It's definitely not... I charfed that boulder joke. It's definitely not that.
Spelunky guy was a pretty good starter. I mean, to be fair, I can't think of many other people that run away from boulders.
Yeah, that's why it was a bad setup for a joke. It gave me nowhere to go.
Oh, so now you're blaming it on the setup. You know what they say?
Yeah, I did the setup. I mean, I still did it. It was still
you
me.
did the setup.
It was my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You committed to the bit too hard.
Yeah, I've nowhere to hide. There's
Behind your general cowl of boulder-based BAFTA bits. Boulder-based BAFTA bits, you know. That's welcome.
where you got that. That's why they gave you that BAFTA.
Welcome to boulder-based BAFTA bits. The BAFTA that I didn't get given. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the end of this bridge, this broken bridge, see what happens, and then I'm going to go back. Gonna go back and look for Jamie. Hashtag Jamie lives. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to go full on ARG. To an extent, I don't know if the game would support it, if that makes sense. I don't know whether or not the people who make this game are particularly interested in that sort of stuff. They're not on Twitter a lot. They're at Icewater Games on Twitter.
I do like the fact that everything is on the table, presumably, though.
Oh, yes. Yeah. There is very little that this game could do that would surprise me in the sense of, like... I mean, this game would do a lot to surprise me, but there's very little that this game could do that I wouldn't think, oh, yeah, okay, I guess that's a thing that this game does now. And the thing that amazes me is that it works, at least for me. All these elements are coming together in a way that absolutely works. It doesn't just feel like somebody's made a big smorgasbord of stuff, put it all together in the hope that it doesn't work.
Yeah, there's just a really deft hand in so many different aspects of this game, from the writing to the design and like what they present to you and when and how important it all seems to be.
Yeah. I think maybe that's their strategy for making the world and the pacing feel important, which is that every item you pick up is important, or reveals something interesting to you, or reveals more questions to you. Are there going to be humanoid characters in this game? I don't know. Seeing somebody else on another hill opposite me. And it's Anthony.
Ha-ha!
Oh god, he's there!
It's me with the amazing punchline to that boulder joke.
Yes, holding up a glowing cat. A glowing cat in one hand. Oh man,
Why
more
did you
Jamie
doubt
Lives
me?
stuff. Query tags, hashtag Jamie Lives, hashtag Sun Sightings. Before I read this, gonna take a quick break to eat some cooked fish inside the game. I ate some cooked fish earlier as part of a kedgeree. It was really nice. Who was James Fuma? Did you know him? Senin Pulse is looking for answers. Hashtag Jamie Lives. Senin Pulse, are you ready for the truth? Who the Senin really are? And yeah, this is getting really good. They've been using Senin interchangeably with Immortals at this point, but now it seems that they're pretty different. Who the Senin really are and where Jamie has been all this time. The real Kansas says, I saw him shopping today. I didn't think they still ate. Hashtag Senin Sightings. Len Sheeran says, out late last night in Queens when he sprinted past me, nearly had a heart attack. Hashtag Senin Sightings. Hashtag Jamie Lives. Senin Paul says, tune in tonight to see the secret world of the new gods. Nevada State College says, shooter on campus forced to surrender by glowing man, witnesses say. Hashtag Jamie Lives. Hashtag Senin Sightings. Burn the Beacon says, where is our little Jamie when we need him? Hashtag Save the Cities. Hashtag Jamie Lives. Burn the Beacon's Twitter handle is @ProDeath. We've already heard about death culture, and I wonder if death culture is this spin-off of the socialists saying no to beacons, people shouldn't be immortal. So death culture is not so much like people should die, it's like people should die like, you know, humans do.
Like people do, yeah.
One of my favorite things about playing this game on stream is watching the chat just go whoa when things happen. Because now it seems like superheroes are kind of in the story, maybe?
Yeah.
There's another dot down here. I just want to check the chronology here really briefly. This is all happening in 2057. That's 50 years before this How Fucking Sick Is That? I Woke Up Today to an Onslaught. This is...
Jesus, we're dealing with a serious timeline here, man.
Oh, the timeline is bizarre. The Old Town people have a completely different timeline. Gossip Gita says, I Eidolon means idolized person or thing, so... or idealized. So that makes a lot of sense with these depictions of the Senin, or superheroes, maybe. Anthony, is this game becoming a superhero story?
It kind of feels like this is like the plot of the next Bioshock or something. Like,
God, imagine if this is what... Imagine if this is... God. Wouldn't it be great if this was Bioshock? If it wasn't Infinite, it was this.
yeah.
So this is all happening about 50 years before the city's going dark. It's happening about 20 years before Anders talking about death culture, and MHZ bullshit, which is this other thing that's been talking about. Olympia's fall-off range. I guess the fall-off range that he's talking about there is the fall-off from the beacons. I previously thought that it was like nuclear fallout, but maybe it's more of a...
it's like how close you can be without becoming immortal or something?
Or
when you start to get sick?
Yeah, I don't think it's that you become... I think probably it's to do with, like, if I was within range of the beacons, I wouldn't have had the cold that I had last week. And maybe if I was there for even longer, I wouldn't, as I grew into old age, develop more serious illnesses and things.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm going to go check out this other thing over here.